They need to know that you don't approve of what they're doing, but they're still your physical brother, and they're also still your spiritual brother if you're a Christian and they're a Christian as well. So you admonish them, you urge them, you plead with them as a brother. Brother, you got to change. What you're doing is, causing you to be separated from the church. And that's the best I can answer. It's not really a thorough answer, because I do believe it's case by case, especially if it happened to be a husband and wife where one or the other was withdrawn from and the other was still faithful. You still would have obligations as a wife if your husband was withdrawn from. You'd still have obligations as a husband if your wife was withdrawn from. Same way with parents and their children. Although if a child's old enough to leave home and he doesn't want to live right, I'd suggest he ought to leave home. If he's not home, if he's still home, I say, you can't live here and act like that. We're not going to do that. And I have some personal experience with that. When our son was not living like he ought to live, we wouldn't let him come spend the night with us. We didn't refuse to let him see us, but he couldn't spend the night. He couldn't stay in our house and seem to have our approval. If you follow what I'm saying. So you look for ways that it's clear you don't have our approval. And I don't know how to specify that in every particular family. I'm going to tell you what it was like in our family. Does that help a little?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Help a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I would answer it anyway. Okay. So why all this emphasis? We've already seen what he's saying to do. By the way, notice the purpose of the withdrawal of fellowship is to save the brother.